guys and girls, what's going on? Viridia here, and I wanted to welcome you to episode 9 of Down the Scope, the podcast you can't miss. I will be your host today, and I'm also joined by my regular co-hosts. We got Rad Austin. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, buddy.
We've also got Anakin in the house.
Hey, it's Anakin. What's going on?
It is Anakin, and we've also got Miss Zombie Lady.
I'm back.
She's back.
Yay!
Thank the
bear hug.
We had a lot of dislikes because there was no girls in the podcast last time.
Indeed, it was a sausage fest.
Yeah, exactly.
Sausage fest. I'm glad
Boy, do I hate
wasn't
those.
there.
Well, if you had, never mind. In any case, we've had a lot going on this week. So let's kind of just go around see what's been going on. What have you been doing, Rad?
Posting a lot of videos. I've been trying to branch off as this week, as you've been, laughing at my channel for the past ever about you only post Call of Duty videos. And to be honest, my channel, I've only posted one Call of Duty video in the past week, and I didn't get anywhere close to the amount of views as I normally do on my videos, and just like, well, that's my subs for you.
Well,
because it's a Call of Duty based channel, obviously enough, or at least zombies. So I'm going to try and branch out and play some more zombie games, though I'm the highly anticipated Crysis. I know, branch out and play more zombie games. I'm so thrilled. Anyway,
well,
I'm looking for Crysis.
Yeah, Gerbis and I have been talking about, because Gerbis and I actually, GerbisCon, we have lots of things on our channel, and so we don't have to worry about that as much, but we've been talking about that. But anyway, so Anakin, what's up? What's been happening?
Oh, man, not a whole lot with me online lately, unfortunately, but me and my wife are in the middle of trying to buy a new house, and we are getting our house ready for the market, so I have not been on my channel a whole lot lately. I apologize to all of you. However, as soon as I can get this stuff squared away and we can get out of our house and into this other one we found, we are trying to get everything ready so I can get back to doing all these wonderful games.
Nice.
You just found it laying around?
Yeah, I just found this house on the side of the road. I was like, what the hell? I'll do that.
So are you taking your theater room, or is that part of the appeal of the buying?
No, it's so sad. I need to post my house for
that
sale
is
on
so
my channel.
I know.
I've got like this $25,000 theater room with fully furnished electronics, 65-inch DLP TV that's 3D ready, got a 7.1 surround sound system with Blu-ray. All the speakers are embedded in the wall.
Should make an IRL vid or setup vid first before you go.
No, the hell with it. I'll buy the house just for that room.
No, wait, so you're leaving the TV and stuff?
I am actually selling the house with the theater room fully intact, so you can walk in and turn on. Indeed, I know.
We need
better
to
get
fly
a lot
to
of money.
Texas tonight, right now.
Everybody,
let's go. Take
buy
everything.
My house, yes.
So
we're taking it.
Is your new house close to your old one?
Yeah, it's actually not too far away. We're shooting for it. We may not get it. We're shooting for it right now, and it's probably about not even 5 miles from where I'm at.
Oh, wow.
But the new house is a little bit bigger. Since we've had the new additions to our family, we need a little bit more room.
Oh.
And this other house is a single story. Ours that we live in now is 2-story. And really to run back and forth and bring kids up and down stairs all night isn't exactly the most fun scenario. So
yeah,
that's why we're going for a single floor.
Yeah, I get you there. I understand completely. But anyway. So Zombie, what's been happening?
Well, yeah, nothing much. I've been trying to go back into gaming. I've been missing a lot lately, so
yeah,
just freshening up my skills and whatnot.
It seems like
I've actually went into Minecraft server the other day with you guys, because I kind of missed it. But other than that, I'm just trying to get things back and make more videos out. Actually,
yeah, you and Anakin need to step on the gas a little bit. Anakin's got a pretty damn good excuse. You don't.
Yeah.
You fail.
Rad and I have been doing the blunt of the gaming, it seems, but anyway, I've been trudging through Homefront, and I have been playing a lot of Crysis, which brings up our first topic, Crysis. We're going to do that one, and then we're also going to talk about we got a user mail asking us to do a topic on our favorite gaming soundtracks. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that. But first, let's get everybody's opinion on Crysis. So I want to start with Anakin because he was looking forward to this game, I think, the most out of all of us. So Anakin, What do you think?
Buy it full price today. Awesome.
Yay.
I love it.
Yes, we got the same opinion.
It is awesome. Okay, guys, let me tell you, I am actually blown away that they were able to pull it off, because let me tell you, I was my expectations were high, and I was very concerned that they had kind of dumbed down the power suit. And, they had, obviously made it for consoles, and I was worried about the controls from the PC side. There was a lot of really great stuff about the first game, and I was very, very concerned. And, even when the demo came out, I was like, something doesn't feel right. Something's not quite right here. And then, you know what? I swear, I said, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to buy it anyway. I got it on the Xbox, and I am thrilled. I love it.
Nice.
Oh, why did you get it on the Xbox?
You said you were getting it on PC.
You know what? It is so damn good. I might get it on PC as well.
but you can't play with us on PS3 though.
Oh, did you guys buy? Oh my!
I told you in the last pot. Never mind.
Oh my god.
So does
I
Xbox?
thought you were kidding.
Thought you were kidding.
So I mean, it's phenomenal. I have had nothing but I literally cannot. I won't go back to Call of Duty ever.
Seriously, I think this is as close to a Call of Duty killer to have come out yet.
Yes, it is. It is. And, I'm getting a lot of flack from people who haven't bought it. But, today it just reassured me. I went back into Call of Duty, and I was honestly, if it weren't for, being there for Zombie, and I was like going to help her with some stuff, I would have just turned it off immediately. I'm not going to put it back in. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but whatever. Just try it out. And, I'm not saying that it's flawless at all. It's got its flaws, and I'll talk about those in a minute. The flaws that I had, anyway. But let
me tell you the best thing that they did. This is the most brilliant thing in any first-person shooter to date. Snipers, you sit in your little freaking nests, okay? Guess what? When you shoot people across the map and you don't get out of your little perch to go get the dog tag, you ain't gonna get a kill streak.
Exactly.
I love it.
I was thinking that too, but I don't know if you saw that perk that I'm really hating that they put that in there. But there's a perk that allows you to get your dog tag without having to go get it. Like you immediately.
Oh no, I did not know that.
But it takes up a whole perk slot, so I don't know how it's going to work.
Explain it to us. What is this dog tag thing?
Basically,
I'm not sure.
So basically, in Call of Duty, as you guys are very well aware, once you get 3 kills, you'll get your kill streak. In this game, what they've done is they've deterred camper noobs by making it so that once you kill somebody, they drop a dog tag in the exact same position that they died in. You have to go and pick that up in order to receive your next bonus toward your kill streak. Not only that, what I tend to do is I will kill 3 or 4 people before I ever go pick up my dog tags, because even if you die, you can still run back through and pick them up.
Oh.
Right. So it does.
Can other people pick up other people's dog tags?
No, they cannot.
Your kill is your dog tag, and nobody else can see it.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I heard IGN bitching and moaning about the camouflage. Now, I have no problem with it. I agree. I've been killed by that camouflage so many times, but they put so much limitation on it.
The invisibility?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they almost gimped it to the point of where it's not even useful. The only way it's worth anything is literally like hiding behind a corner and letting somebody come by. That's about the only way it's useful.
Right, because what they did was, I mean, if they had camo in there that you could activate, it would basically ruin the game. So what they did was they made it so, one, if it uses your energy, which is used for everything, sprinting, jumping, all of your powers. So they made it so that it drains your energy extremely quickly. It drains double, like 2.5 times speed if you're running. And also, if you fire or attack or melee or grenade or anything while you're in camo, it will destroy and deplete all of your energy.
Yep.
So that means for about 3 to 4 seconds, you aren't going anywhere quickly. So, that was the first thing that I had to get used to. It's like, go to camo, get to where you need to go. If you see somebody run out, you've got to switch off your camo to fire.
Yep.
and so it's not overbearing. I mean, I don't get where they were coming with that. I mean, the guy must not have been very good at the game if he was like having to gripe about it, because I have had no problem. Yeah, there's been a few times where I get screwed from behind, but that's just normal. You're going to get pissed off, in a game, in a multiplayer game. You're going to get aggravated. That's just how it goes, and that's how I know that I found a damn good multiplayer experience is when I'm getting mad. That's honestly just how I know. You've got Homefront. I wasn't getting mad because I knew that the developers, I was dying because of them. When I die in Call of Duty, I know it's Treyarch. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Like, and so when I die in Killzone, I am like, that was all me. I should have turned around quicker. I should have known that guy was there. I should have put on my armor ability. I should have done something. There's been very few times, which is one of the main gripes I have, that I have actually died because of the lag. And the lag on the PS3, I don't know about the Xbox, but PS3 has a horrible connection issue at the current stage of the game.
Sadness. Should have gone on Xbox. There's no problems.
God dang it. Yeah, see, I haven't even had a 4-bar connection yet.
Oh, man, let me tell you, it's great. The Xbox, there's no problem. In fact, it is the only game, I swear, on the Xbox I have played nonstop, and never once have I said, wow, I should not have died. Lag. Never once have I said that.
See, I've got one really bad game that had horrible lag. The rest aren't that bad, but there's one that was just absolutely atrocious. And I've been at a single bar, and from what I can tell, you can't see the lag in the game. You don't see characters skipping around. You don't see any of that. Yeah, you don't ever see it, but I have.
Do you feel it or something?
Well, I have a feeling that even though you see a character where he's standing, sometimes he's not there, because even with the armor on, you don't take that many bullets, especially in the upper chest to head area. You still die pretty quick, and there will be times when I see somebody wearing armor, and I'll pump a whole round, a whole clip from a feline into him, and he won't die. So I don't know if it's maybe just the hitbox that's lagging, not the player, the character model, or what. But that's the only problem I've had with the game. I haven't found any real inconsistencies, to be seen yet. There's not many weapons in the game, but
you're talking about multiplayer, right?
Right.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just talking about multiplayer right now. But other than that, and the few selection of weapons, which aren't even that big of a deal to me, I'd rather have more weapons that are characteristically different than a ton of weapons that act just the same.
Black Ops.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So I mean, the multiplayer, that's my new game.
Same for me. I told all my guys, I said, listen, I'm done. I'm done on Black Ops, at least for quite a while. I said, I'm out on all that. This is the new game. This is the game I was looking for when Black Ops came out.
Yeah, this was what I wanted when I heard of the next Black Ops, and that's the only reason I bought Black Ops, was because I was looking for something different, and this game just does it. It does it perfectly, and there is no doubt in my mind, if you have not tried this game, you have to pick it up. At least rent it, and you will see, you'll love it. You will.
I might
wait to try it out.
I will. I think I will. Probably actually.
To pick it up.
So that's. Just
I was at GameStop today too. I was thinking about it.
See, I wasn't. If I got a chance, I was going to
Battlefield instead.
You know what? No one actually bought it at work.
I know.
Not even a single platform.
But let me tell you, I want to promote this because nobody I knew was going to buy it. I was the first person among my entire social circle to buy it. And then even with all my subscribers from my channel on my Xbox friends list, I was the only person on out of 39 people playing Crysis the day it was launched. And I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, well, and I've even talked, I'm pretty sure I'm the one who talked Meatwagon into it. I don't know. He didn't seem like he was going to purchase it, but when he saw me and Bentley playing, he was like, got to get that. And then, Guns even, he's been just like, yeah, I wasn't going to get that. But then, we talk about it so highly, and it really wasn't going to be, it wasn't made out to be this Halo killer or Call of Duty killer, but sure enough, it killed it for me.
Yeah, it's solid.
I'm gonna go pick it up.
Yeah,
that's some fun.
So
I was
not
scared
fun.
to hear what Anakin thinks, because he hates a lot.
I knew it would be good. And if it wasn't, I was gonna say, all right, dude, we're gonna have to end this right now.
You're out. I'm sorry.
You hate
Yeah, I was scared too. I'm like,
Let me tell you,
will
I like
Anakin like
good
this
games.
one?
That's what it boils down to. I like good games. And let me tell you, I'm so glad I dodged the home front bullet because that thing was so overhyped. There was no way that game was going to be able to live up to it.
Yeah, I want to say something before we move on. About Homefront. MPRC 1136. Him and I were looking forward to that game so much, and he donated the game to me to Let's Play, and it was so disappointing. Even I think he said he was going to return the game today and buy Crysis, and I just wanted to thank him again on the podcast for what he did. Even though the game wasn't good, it is still
Thanks for nothing.
No. It has merited me one fun. I'll tell you what, I'm having a lot of fun with the Let's Play just for the simple fact of pointing out the glitches and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It is a blast sitting there getting pissed off because the AI won't do anything. So thanks a lot again, MPRC. So let's talk about the single player, because the multiplayer, in my opinion, is only half the experience. Even as good as it is, the single player is the other whole half. Now that when you pay $50 or $60 for this game, you are getting your money's worth. It's not a Call of Duty where you get 6 hours.
Yeah, you're playing for zombies or whatever.
Well, okay, maybe Call of Duty wasn't the best example because you do get a lot with that game, but I'm talking like a Homefront. It's not a Homefront where you get a really poor multiplayer experience, a really short and just dull single player. Most first-person shooter games, they take what looks like they just throw you into a first-person scenario and you just shoot. Now what What Crysis 2 does, and I didn't play the first one, so when I put this in, I didn't stop playing for 7 hours. I almost, and I didn't even beat the story. I haven't beat it yet. I'm almost done.
Yeah, they're calling it about a 9 to 10 hour single player campaign.
And that's depending on how you play it.
Right.
You know, there are so many ways. So basically,
do you play it for trophies or something?
Well, I mean, every game's got trophies, but no, what I'm saying is, like, you can play it in many different ways. So how it's laid out,
what he means is, like, you've got the power armor versus the the super armor versus stealth mode. So you can be stealthy about it, or you can go in all guns blazing, or you can do whatever you want.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're never limited. Basically, you've even got a HUD, and this HUD will tell you, like, it's so freaking awesome. He's just like, tactical options available, and like he will tell you. He basically, when he says that means this is going to be really hard or really easy depending on how you take it. So you can jump in there with power armor and start facing all these guys head on, or you can take a tactical approach, survey the land with your visor, and basically it pulls up little, it'll say, here's some ammo and a gun, here's an explosive barrel. There's the guys. If you want to tag each of them individually, you can, to get an idea of where they're at when you go down there. But you can use your stealth to basically not ever be seen.
Yep.
And you can do it so many different ways. Not only that, they have like 54 collectible items, which I've been going through the game. I haven't found one.
I found 2 in the first hour, but that was it.
I never found any of them. Like the expanse is so open, and I even looked around. Maybe I saw them and I didn't try and pick them up, because that's another thing. You can pick up anything in this game and chunk it at things.
Or you can kick a car.
Oh my God! So let me share this really quick. I'm excited about this. Okay, I got the best kill ever in multiplayer.
Did you record it?
No, I didn't record for the first whole day because I was just wanting to get it on. But here's what happened. I was standing on top of this building. I don't even remember what map it was in, but I was standing on top, and I'm literally just blown away by the graphics. They're just absolutely phenomenal.
Best looking graphics on any console game ever.
Oh yeah, ever. And it says it right on the cover, and it's not lying.
Yep.
So I'm just literally taking okay, I think I do remember. I think it was the one with the yacht that's wrecked in the dock.
Pier 17, I think.
Pier 17. I think it was that one. But I was standing up, looking out at the water, just literally admiring it, because that's the first thing I did when I turned the game on.
The water is amazing.
It is absolutely phenomenal. So I look down and I see a guy, and I'm like, here's an awesome, time to try out my hammer fist, or whatever you call it, the
Air
pound.
stomp.
Yeah. So I jump into the air. I come down right on his head. Boom, he's dead. Now, within 2 seconds, all of this next part happened. I look up, I look over, and there's a guy on the other side of this car. And, in my mind, I'm just thinking, he's got a power suit. I need to kick this car. This is before I know I could kick the car. And then it's like the game read my mind, and it says, hold circle to kick the car. And I'm like, holy crap. So I kick it. So within 2 seconds of pounding that one guy into the ground, I turn over, I see the guy, I kick the car and kill him for a double kill. It was absolutely amazing. It was amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and so that did it. Like, even if the game had sucked, that one kill would have done it. I'd have been like, this game's
That's
amazing.
awesome.
But car. Oh, go ahead.
I'm telling you, I did something so similar though. I didn't get a double kill like that, and that is freaking awesome. But I had a guy on the downtown level in the parking garage, where this guy jumped out of the second story in the parking garage. He was trying to shoot at me. I was behind a car. I saw that he was on the ledge, and I thought maybe he might jump. I kicked the car in predicting that he might jump. The car flies up in the air as he jumps and he lands in the air in front of the car flying away from my foot. The car smashes him in the air, lands on him. I get the kill.
Oh
my God.
Man, that is awesome. Yeah, I had my first double ground pound today, and I did get that recorded.
Nice.
I mean, literally, like, all in this. Okay, it's the level. I think it's called Wall Street.
Yeah.
So in that level, there's like a 2-story building, and on the top story, it's basically on the corner of Wall Street and whatever the other street is, Broadway, maybe? No, I don't know. Anyway,
maybe.
so the top, the wall's knocked out, so you can literally just get up there and you can see all the street below. And I was running through, and I didn't even think. I just saw the hole, and I was like, ooh! I just sprint toward it, jump into the air, and I do the ground pound without even thinking about what's below me, and I get a double kill. It was freaking awesome.
How many maps are there?
There's like 13 or 14 maps.
Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, and they're all very
solid.
Yeah, very
And,
solid.
Killzone.
There's only one. Yeah, exactly.
God, I know.
Have you turned it on? I'm curious. Have you turned it on again, Anakin?
I just got so fed up with it. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of fans of that, but I mean, seriously, I tried to play it some more. I just ended up giving up on it. In fact, I loaned it to a friend of mine for his son to play for a while, the campaign. I just didn't. I just lost interest. I don't mind it. I think Killzone is worth going back to play, but it just was not.
For you,
not what I was hoping for.
I like Killzone, and it's not Crysis too. I mean, you can't compare them. I enjoyed Killzone 3 for a while, but once you play around with Crysis, it's just, there is honestly no game worthy of me to go back to right now. And that's what, Zombie was like, she just bought Battlefield, and I'm having a hard time even mustering up. I can't even think about going and playing Battlefield right now.
Yeah.
Because I have to get to level 50.
I bought a used copy.
Right.
It was a good deal.
Right. Oh, no. Battlefield is an amazing game. I love it. I absolutely love it. But right now, it's like, that's how good this game is. It's going to preoccupy me from even playing with you guys just to play that. And that's
I
not
should try to see if we still have it at work, because I really know that no one bought Crysis 2 at work.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
the only good news is for people who don't already have it, okay? Because I do think that the sales were fairly lightweight. I think word's going to spread, and I think it's going to sell well. I think it's going to have a long life to it. But the only good news is for anybody who has not gotten it yet, I guarantee you're going to be able to get this game for $40 within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
They've already had some deals. Toys R Us.
I
in the
will
United
wait
States
for it then.
Toys R Us in the United States was already selling it yesterday, $41, free shipping, no tax. So
see, that's something I don't understand. Like last week, you said something about the Homefront being $30.
yeah.
But we had a lot of people saying that it wasn't. Where can they buy it for $30 at these places?
Here's the deal, and I was actually going to put this up at another podcast at some point, but I do a lot of deal making, whenever I do anything related to gaming, because it's an expensive hobby. I refuse to pay like a ton of money, for these games. I don't. There's hardly any game that's worth $60 right out of the bag. There's that's just too much money. So what I do, first of all, one of my deals is I go to Amazon lately anyway, and I'm buying almost every new AAA title from Amazon because they'll give you $20 credit at Amazon for whatever you want. So here's the deal. Like, for example, Dead Space 2, they give you $20 off right when you bought it. Then the next game that came out was Bulletstorm and Killzone 3. I got $20 off Killzone the day I got it, and it was free shipping and no tax. They gave me $20 more for that, 20 more credit. I did the same thing on Bulletstorm, gave me $20 more credit. So it's like every game I'm buying now is $40. But
nice.
The deal is also, if you go to slickdeals.net, for example, or if you go to cheapassgamer.com, these sites every day. I know. Let me tell you, it's a funny site. I'm not here to promote anything. I'm just telling you what I do. Okay, I have not paid $60 for a AAA launch day release in probably a year and a half. I've never paid that. Even for Black Ops, I didn't pay $60 because I constantly am working a deal for the next deal. So that's the deal. Is like, and let me tell you, the deal for Crysis 2, $41 yesterday is you could buy it all over the for the U.S. anyway. You could buy it for $41 at Toys R Us. Target matched the deal, and then Amazon matched it. It was a one-day deal, but you gotta grab them whenever the getting's good.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that
I would buy it from Amazon, but I really have a bad experience.
Well, yeah. Well, you live in Canada.
Canadian Amazon sucks.
But yeah.
And I could buy from Amazon.com actually.
Oh, instead of .ca.
Yes.
Well,
it really sucks.
All right, so what did you think of the story, Anakin? What have you thought of the story so far? Did it live up to the Crysis 1 since I didn't get to play it?
Well, I haven't beat it all the way yet. I have played quite a few hours into the single player, and here's the thing: one of the things that just made me feel so good about being an older gamer was I played Crysis the original right when it came out. I was pumped for it back then. I played the original Crysis all the way through 3 times. I also played Crysis Warhead, which was a standalone expansion. There was a character that was a very cool character in it. He was kind of the leader. You're playing one of the other guys, but the leader's name was Prophet. And for anybody who has not played the original game, when you get into the Crysis 2 single player story, and this is a spoiler for those of you who really do want to play the single player, if you did play the original Crysis, this was a great nod to everybody who was loyal to the franchise from before. The character that gives you the suit in the second game, the Crysis 2, is Prophet, and he was a great character from the first game. And I was actually like, this character ends up, he gives you his suit because he's dying or whatever, and it's like he gives you his suit. And he's like, hey, and I was known as, Prophet, or whatever. And then he dies or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, it's Prophet, And then to me, that was awesome because he was a great character. He was in both of the other games, and he was kind of your sergeant, your lieutenant, whatever, he was over you, giving you the commands and stuff. And he had his own suit as well. And in this, I just thought that was a great way to start the game off.
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that the HUD voice is him too. Just changed.
I think it is. I think you're right.
It's just they took his voice and made it utterly badass.
Yep.
And that's because there's one part later, and again, a little bit of a spoiler. But there's a part later where it actually shows, you can hear the voice telling you to do something, and then it like shows a mental picture of Prophet telling you the same thing that the voice is saying. And at the very beginning of the game, it even tells you that the DNA sequence is Prophet's in the suit.
Right.
And that it takes a lot of time for it to actually switch over, and it takes, I can't remember the exact wording. So pretty much the whole time you're playing, the DNA sequences that are being made to yours it's pretty much Prophet. Because God dang it, I just want to talk about it, but I don't want to give too much away.
But here's the thing: what's brilliant that they did with that, what's absolutely brilliant, is for people who played the original Crysis. You'd be like, oh well, I don't need to know about this suit. I'm a badass. I already have a suit. But in this scenario, the great thing about it is that it's a new person who doesn't already own the suit. You know, he's handing the suit off to you. You're a soldier that was in a sub or ship or whatever that that goes down at the beginning, and then all of a sudden, here you are. You don't know anything about what's going on, and here you get the suit. And now you, as a character and as the player, have to learn how to use the suit. It makes perfect sense, you know?
All right. Well, all right.
Wait, I got a question now. For the suits, so is that almost like a ranking or something like to be like you're proud of, or what exactly?
It was kind of like a secret organization, and the suits were made for them. Am I right?
Well, I mean, it was kind of explained as just basically, military. This was like a military secret, a weapon. Basically the suits, and it was instead of making a biological super soldier, it's about making a super soldier through the means of adding a suit. So
yeah,
I think that's what they're going for.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and say what I was going to say. So if you don't want to, it's not really a spoiler, but it kind of is. So if you don't want to be spoiled, go ahead a little bit. But there was only one thing about the character, the consistency of the game, and I was like, there's a plot hole here, and that was explained to me a little bit ago. So at the very beginning, your ship is destroyed. And in the water, this all happens at the very beginning. So then, the alien ship comes by, you and your buddies are in the water, and it just starts shooting the crap out of you. And you, fall into the water. And, in my mind, I'm like, this dude's dead. He is dead. There's no way. And I was like, so that's unbelievable. That was one of the first things. But then later in the game, they explain that, yeah, you're dead. You're pretty much dead. The suit's the only thing keeping you alive. And they actually turn the suit off for a minute. And your guy's like, oh, God. He's like, they're sitting there going, he's got 15 broken ribs. He's got his back's all messed up. They're like, his heart has stopped. His left ventricle is all ruptured. He's dying quickly.
Yep.
So it was like, oh wow, that's pretty sweet, But I mean, if you're thinking this is some kind of linear shooter, I mean, in the terms of how the story's told, yeah, it moves along in a linear pace like any first-person shooter, other than Far Cry or the original. I don't know if the original Crysis did, but basically each mission is pretty much like a huge open hall.
Yep.
So instead of being stuck in this little narrow corridor where you got to work your way around these little rocks and stuff, you've got this humongous open hallway that's not only wide, it's also tall. I mean, you're in New York, so you can jump these, some of these windows in the buildings and stuff like that. And I have found, just through dying, 5 or 6 different routes to take to do certain things. And every time I might find a new gun, or I might find a new way. There was one point where there was 15 aliens down at the bottom of this on the street level. I was on a helipad. What I did was I threw a C4 onto a red barrel, chunked the red barrel into the middle of them, and then I pulled the C4, and it just killed every one of them, man. I was so excited.
Awesome.
You also have perks. So like Anakin, you were concerned that they weren't going to be able to use this radial thing. I guess this is what you were talking about.
Right.
So yeah, they use it, and this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. So he'll bring up his hand, and so basically the perks that you can use in multiplayer, you can purchase in the single player, and you get the points by killing the aliens. I almost said zombies. The aliens and taking the spores or whatever out of them and using them to make yourself better.
Yeah, I'm the crazy one.
Yeah, you've got 4 slots you can have, and there's 3 perks per slot. You can only have one in it at a time. The other cool thing you can do is any gun you pick up, you can hold the select button, but pull the gun in front of his face, and you can actually modify what is on the gun in the single player. So on the fly, literally, even as you're running, you can be running and doing this at the same time. He pulls his gun up to his face. You can put a silencer on. You can put a laser sight, reflex sight, 3-time sight. You can modify the ammo type. It's just absolutely insane. It's just
great.
I know I'm talking a lot about this, but
I might get it for the multiplayer, but I don't know if I'm gonna play the single player.
Play the single player. It is worth it. I guarantee it.
yeah,
I'm not a single player person.
I know,
You're
but
lame.
I'm telling you, you gotta try.
yeah, probably because you don't ever play them. If you played this one, I mean, if I never played a single player, I'd probably be like, yeah, well, not me personally, but I'd be like, yeah, I'm not a single player person because I don't play them. If you play this one, you will not regret it. you'll be like, oh my God.
I don't even have time to play multiplayer.
Believe me, you'll find time here. Just put the COD down for 1 second. Put in Crysis. Jesus, I promise. Once you play it, you'll be like, "Oh my God, my bullets actually do damage."
Yeah, I agree. Let me tell you,
It's about the people you play with. For me, like
Well, we're all
I have
Crysis.
Black Ops friends. That's why.
well, when you start playing Crysis, they will go buy it as well.
No kidding. Like, I mean, you're the dominant one out of your friends on Black Ops. Go ahead and
No, I'm not.
steer them toward Crysis.
Let me tell you, I bought it, and then nobody else I knew did. And now here we are on Friday, recording, okay, and we're talking about this. On
Friday.
Tuesday, oh God! On Tuesday, I got the game. I got the game, and I was the only one to have it. By Wednesday, I was already raving about it. 2 of my friends went and got it. Then Thursday, me and those 2 guys are talking about it, and some of the other guys are going, "Really? Wow! I wasn't going to buy that." Today, I leave work today, and there are now in my social circle, I've got 7 people who all, some of them already have the game as of today. There's a couple more that are picking it up tomorrow. So
it's all about the word of mouth.
I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those games that grows a lot of legs, and you're going to see people start popping up with this game on your friends list over the next week or 2.
All right. I'll
I'm
go
going out to buy it tomorrow unless there's any like deals online.
Yeah, I've pressured people into buying games before that they didn't like. This is not that case. This is
I agree.
You're not going to be disappointed. And I was even skeptical about some of the people that I know playing it because they're hardcore either Call of Duty or Battlefield people, and I was just like, oh God, these guys are that's just the type of people they are. They put it in, they don't ever take it out of their console, and I'm like guys, yeah, I'm like, well, I really think you're gonna like this, and they're like, dude, I better, because I'm not, I don't want to waste $60, and I haven't heard from them, but every time I turn on PS3 or Xbox, they're on Crysis, so they're loving it. And
okay.
Hey,
when I go play my first time, Brad, you should be there with me.
Oh, I will. I'll lead you through it. I'll give you the heads up on what to do, because it is a learning curve game. It's not one of those games where it's like, oh, I play Call of Duty, I'm going to be freaking bad at this. It's not just running and shooting. It's literally using your powers to your advantage. So
absolutely.
You've got to know when to armor lock. You've got to know when to cloak. You've got to know when to do these things and when they're advantageous. If you try and run through there with a sniper rifle, no scoping, you're not going to do anything, because I will destroy your face with a feline with a silencer. It's just not going to happen. Sniping in that game actually takes some skill.
Absolutely.
You've got to know the positions. You've got to move. You've got to be dead accurate. There is no room for error. It's not like around your head is this huge box and you're just going to randomly snipe like no scope and it's going to hit somebody. That's not how it works. You have to be pinpoint on their head for it to work. And I love it, because it actually feels gratifying to me to get a headshot.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely phenomenal.
When you get a headshot in this, you believe that you were aiming for the head. It's not one of these, headshot in Call of Duty, just because, some random stray bullet from your shot, your spray actually killed somebody. In this game, you really do feel like you earn everything you get.
Exactly, and it's just it's just so phenomenal, the feeling. The K-Volt is the only thing I'm having a problem with. I was looking forward to that damn gun, and I get it, and it just does no damage. But then I find out, I'm like, God, why would they put such a crappy gun? But it like drains energy as well.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, that is so freaking awesome. So it works like 2 things. It is the perfect team gun.
Yep.
So like if you decide to go in, so say me and Anakin were running beside each other. He's running front. I've got the back. He starts shooting at this guy, but he's got his armor lock on. I'm hitting him with the K-Volt. It's like draining his energy. So
what's the name? K-Volt?
K-Volt, yeah. It's a submachine gun that shoots like electric plasma rounds.
Okay.
I can't wait to see, honestly, how I haven't got it yet, but that microwave gun, I can't remember it's not the L-tag. The L-tag
microwave gun?
Yeah, so what it does is it literally fries the aliens in their armor, and they just kind of like explode from the inside. Their armor is like completely fine, but they turn into a goop. Now, I'm really curious to see how this works in multiplayer. Not only that, the L-tag, it looks like the biggest noob tube I've ever seen. Now, Am I right?
Indeed. You know, I haven't seen anyone do it yet because I haven't played with anybody that's that high a level yet.
Oh no! See, I'm the highest level I've seen on PS3, like that I've played with.
What are you now?
I'm 24.
Yeah, see, and that's the other thing. When you gain a level in this, you're like, thank God I've made it to the next level. You know, it's not like Call of Duty where they hand out levels, you know, just because you did well in one map. You know, this is like you are really earning it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing for probably 12 to 14 hours, and I'm only level 24. So, I mean, and there's 50 levels, and that just really tells you how much. And, like, for each level, you gain, like, an unlock point for a gun, so you can buy a new sight or something like that, or you get you also level up your stealth, armor, and your power ability, I guess.
Yeah.
You level those up separately, and I'm not 100% on how that works, but basically for each one of those you get a module to unlock a new perk for that set ability. So right now I'm rocking the advanced aiming, so basically it makes it so there's not as much shake, and I got the one that makes it so that when you aim down your scope, they like get a red highlight around them. I don't know if that's going to work out for me or not, but it's pretty interesting, the perk choices.
Well, you know, they you talk about getting to 50. You know, you can do it 5 times.
Are you serious?
They don't call it prestige. They call it rebooting your suit.
Oh my God! I am excited now.
Rebooting your suit.
I didn't know you could do that.
I'm telling you, it's going to be one of those that 5 times to get to level 50 in this game. It's probably going to be like the 15 levels to go through Black Ops, 15 prestiges. You know, I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, in Black Ops, I have gone from 1 to 35, I think, in one day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, me too. I've done it too.
I can't do that.
But you know, this game, it's just like every match you're just like, okay, I've got to pay attention. I've got to be cognitive to this. You know, it's not going to just come, you know, and you're not just going to do good. You're going to have to actually try. And
will I enjoy it even if I don't have any Crysis background?
Oh,
I
absolutely.
Don't have a Crysis background.
Absolutely.
I had none.
Yeah, this is.
Okay.
I mean, it's there's a little nod here and there to people who played the first one, but it is absolutely inviting to anybody who has not actually experienced the Crysis universe before.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I am literally the one to talk about because I've never played Crysis, don't know what the story is about, and I am thoroughly enjoying the story on this because, you know, yeah, you're right. It even shows scenes every now and then from the first Crysis but it tells you what's going on, and there's one scene where it actually shows. It shows Prophet, flying a helicopter, and so, yeah, you know, it does have that nod every now and then. But you're still gonna love it. I guarantee you. If you're a first-person shooter fan, you're gonna love it. Now, this is the biggest. I got so pissed off when I read this. This guy said this is a ripoff of Call of Duty and Halo. And I say,
and it's better than both.
And I say, wait,
is it better than Halo?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, Halo is just not my type of shooter. You know, it is.
Halo was great for 2001, okay, or whenever the hell it came out.
Wow, you might get a lot of flack for that statement.
Well, I might,
right there.
but let me tell you seriously, Halo was great when it first showed up on the scene. And, you know, they have never evolved that game. And the funny thing is, it's called Halo Combat Evolved. And for whatever reason, they have never evolved from the very first game. That game has not really changed. And a lot of people like that. There's nothing wrong with that. But let me tell you, you can't play first-person shooters from 10 years ago today and say, wow, you know, this is great. Even Call of Duty has made some pretty massive leaps over the years, you know, with the changes in the way that, you know, the perk system and the whole perk system that Call of Duty created, that Infinity Ward created, is now even evident here in Crysis 2. I mean, you know, the thing is, Crysis 2 has taken that to the next level with the power suit now, you know, and, you know, being able to integrate all these things that we enjoy from these other games like Call of Duty. You know, the thing is for them to, you know, for anybody to say that Crysis 2 is a ripoff of anything, they didn't play Crysis. That's what it boiled down to. They didn't play Crysis or Crysis 2 to say that this franchise is a ripoff of any other game.
Well, yeah. I asked, or the dude said he basically acknowledged that the only reason it ripped off Halo is because the guy could jump really high.
Oh,
He could jump high. It's a ripoff. I was like, okay.
Sadness.
I mean, whatever. I
not gonna buy it then.
what I told him was like, okay, so if you're going to criticize every single game that's taken Call of Duty's perk system, I was like, you're going to have to criticize every game that's ever used a cover system and say they ripped off Gears of War, or you're going to have to take any game that's even close to an over-the-shoulder third-person game and tell them it's a rip-off of Resident Evil 4.
Yep.
I was like, these people are taking these items and making better things with them.
Absolutely.
It's like you can't. There's a point to where you can compare, and there's a point to where you can say, "Oh, that's a total ripoff." So I'm going to give you an example, okay, where you can compare and say, "Hey, they took something from it." Is Crysis? You look at Crysis in Call of Duty. Yes, obviously they've got the kill streaks, they've got the perks, but they've done something different with it. Then you look at a game like God of War, and then you look at a game called what was it? What was it?
Mario.
No, Dante's Inferno.
Oh, Dante's Inferno, right.
So,
it
was a blatant ripoff of God of War. Like the story.
I was excited for that too.
Okay, so I was not. I played the demo and I was like, what the heck? It's exactly the same. I'm collecting blue things to gain health, or green things for health, blue things for magic or whatever, and I'm just like, he even opens the chest the same way. The game played exactly the same. Now, it might have been a good game. I never played it, but that's a ripoff. You've got to get your stuff straight. Now,
when I saw the trailer for that one, I was excited, but yeah,
it didn't. I
heard bad reviews. So.
Yeah, it didn't get universal praise. So, but anyway, so that's my view and mine.
Final thoughts for Crysis 2, you guys?
Yeah, go buy it.
Yes, immediately.
I'm going.
I am going to.
Okay,
probably.
hang on. Let me give you some places here real quick, okay? And this is mostly going to be geared towards people in North America, all right? Newegg has Crysis on all platforms, $49.99. Okay, I'm sitting here looking at some of these deals. Crysis at Amazon. First of all, it's $56, and you get a $15 Amazon credit to make the game $42. Okay, and then you've got there's another deal here at buy.com, Crysis 2 limited edition, $41.78, free shipping. Ooh. So here's the deal, gang. I mean, I'm telling you.
What's the website? Sorry.
Okay, buy.com right here. I'm looking at it right now. It says Crysis 2 limited edition, $41.78. Free shipping. There's also, like I said, over at Amazon, they give you $15 Amazon credit. Right now, there's also the PC version only at Amazon is the $56 plus $15 Amazon credit makes it $42.
Now let me, I wanted to address something when you're done.
Oh,
just
and Walmart. By the way, for Walmart, for everybody in your local area, if you buy Crysis there, it is full price, but they give you a $20 Walmart gift card with it, and that's basically as good as cash. So,
yeah, exactly. I wanted to point one thing out before we moved on really quick was that GerbisCon said there was actually something wrong with the servers on the PC. If you guys could put in the comments what that might be, I didn't ask him. He said it was hard to find a match or something.
I heard there were some minor hiccups on the PC, and I may still get it for the PC at some point. But yeah, I did hear some issues. But yeah, okay. So thanks, Anakin, for pointing out those locations for you guys. There were some comments last time. Now you guys know where he's getting them from. Indeed. So yeah, we've got about 10 minutes left. So really quickly, let's kind of run through our favorite game music. This was brought up. Do you have the email with you, Zombie?
Yes, I do. It's from Rubik's Cube Dude. So hey, everyone. I love
hear
the
he's
podcast,
a real square.
And I'm glad to see everyone bringing funny and helpful insight to each and every one of the topics on the show. I was wondering, since I'm pretty sure that you haven't discussed this, game soundtracks in detail. So he was wondering what everyone's favorite retro video game music is and what's your favorite modern video game soundtrack is. His personal favorites are Tetris theme song and the Halo series soundtrack, although he thinks that the zombie Easter egg songs are also good. So that's his Mail.
Don't suck up to me.
Thank you, Nobula. Yeah, don't suck up to Rad. Doesn't work. No, so I'll go ahead and start this because I actually do have I just have a love for these retro games, and I've got a love for the music of gaming anyway. And also, I want to point out, if you guys have never heard of ocremix.com, you have to go and check it out. So it's got every single game, and basically people and orchestras from colleges all over the world, they go and they basically redo the gaming music to keep it alive, but they do it in a more modernized sound. So if you haven't heard of OC Remix, you can download over 1,000 songs for free in a torrent.
It's royalty free.
Royalty free.
Oh my God, I gotta be there.
So
I gotta be there too.
Yeah. So anyway, my favorite, I can't pick one. It's just not possible. But if I was literally, had a knife to my throat, they said pick one game, it would be Donkey Kong Country, the series. It wouldn't be just one. It would be the series. The music in that game is absolutely phenomenal, and I don't know. I don't remember the guy who did it. It was like, I can't remember, but he did just some of the most memorable gaming music ever. If you've never heard the aquatic ambiance music from Donkey Kong Country, then you haven't heard Peace. So that is my retro gaming music.
Yeah, I actually knew about that because I watched your Donkey Kong Let's Plays, and you mentioned that.
Right, exactly, because they did an amazing job redoing it in the Donkey Kong Country Returns, which was just phenomenal. It was just so good. But every track from that game is good, and the remixes are good as well. Now, if we're going to new age games, honestly, I don't think a soundtrack comes much closer than the Elder Scrolls 4. That soundtrack I could listen to over and over. It is
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's the most calming, peaceful soundtrack you've ever heard. And the
Elder Game Scrolls?
No, the Elder Scrolls 4.
So
don't insult me again.
It was pre-Oblivion.
But yeah, so I mean those are mine. I just wanted to point out OC Remix as well. So yeah, go ahead, guys. I'm out of the way.
Well, I'll go. My favorite songs, soundtracks, yes, Kingdom Hearts for sure. I like them way too much. Kingdom Hearts is definitely one of my favorites. Zombies is all right. I did a little heavy on Screaming with the most recent ones. Beauty Annihilation's my favorite in that aspect. I really like some of the BioShock old songs. Those get me every now and then. I'm just like, God, old music and creepy games is just perfect. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
Welcome to the circus of value.
I am so happy they cut that out in BioShock 2. How many times did we have to hear that?
That was creepy. That clown face really did give me some nightmares.
The way he laughed.
My wife would, when I was playing that game, she was like, turn that off! Every time I would go up to the little thing and be like, welcome to the circus of values. She was going around the house saying that to me all the time. She was so sick of it.
That's awesome. So yeah, I do agree with you, Rad, on Kingdom Hearts. The Hollow Bastion music is my absolute favorite tracks. I can sit there and listen to it all day. I would actually, back when I was younger, in 2000, when it came out, I would turn it on and just go to Hollow Bastion. That would be my music playing in my room while I did my homework.
Oh my God, it was just. There's something about the Kingdom Hearts music that is just, it's anything. You can play it in any situation. You'll just feel like, good. I can just relax.
Well, and not only that, they did a remix of a lot of the old Disney songs. Mm-hmm. They put those into an orchestral type, and they made it so that, there was the normal running around music, but then when you went into battle, they geared a Disney song to be kind of like a fight song. So yeah, that was a really good music there too. And not to mention Utada Hikaru doing the theme song.
Oh yeah,
Which one?
Well, there was another game. It was an older game. I want to say it's Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door, but it was one of the I want to say GameCube games. Might have been Star Fox. I don't remember exactly, but they had really good soundtracks. Normally, the Nintendo games have pretty good soundtracks.
Yeah, my runner-up would have to be Mega Man 2. That was absolutely a phenomenal soundtrack. And if you haven't heard the rap done out of that soundtrack, it is awesome. They took and did a rap for every single level song in the game, so it was pretty cool. But anyway, so Anakin.
I actually have a few, but mine are going to be pretty obscure, except for one. And anytime you're talking about game music, video game music, okay, the one that you cannot deny that had a huge impact, everybody loved it, was the Portal song. Come on.
Oh, for sure. Oh no.
I mean, that was a huge one. Now it's not a soundtrack.
Right.
I heard that for the first time the other day, probably 3 weeks ago.
Now, that song is like, my wife and I sing that to each other all the time.
I play it on Rock Band.
That's
they released
awesome.
it in Rock Band. I still play it. But let me tell you, for actual soundtracks, I actually have 4 different games that come to mind that ever actually truly made an impact on me. One is one of my still current favorite games of all time. I still play it to this day. Some of you guys on my Steam friends list probably still see me play it every other night or so. And that is Supreme Commander, the entire franchise. And really, I lean more towards the original Supreme Commander and the add-on called Forged Alliance. The guy who wrote the music for that was the same guy who wrote the music for the original franchise that was based on, which was called Total Annihilation from the late 90s. And it's just really, really good classical style music that is the music it changes based on what's going on in the RTS game. So it'll get into this really bombastic, heavy hitting classical music during like fights and stuff, and then go back to this really soothing epic music during the time when you're kind of getting your base together and everything. And for you guys that don't know that is a real time strategy game where it's not like a lot of the others like StarCraft, stuff like that. This is more of an actual like war game. You're commanding up to 1,000 units at any given time against other players. You can have 8-player free for all. You can have team games. There's all kinds of stuff. Really great franchise. But the soundtrack to that is great. One of the other soundtracks that is very similar to that, and actually had a song by the band Yes, for anybody who remembers that band. They're still around. But anyway, Homeworld, the original Homeworld game, is another RTS, but that was a 3D RTS in space, and the soundtrack to that was just phenomenal. Again, of just a very epic orchestral soundtrack, very, very well done. And then at the very end, when you actually beat the game, there was the actual song called Homeworld written for the game by the band Yes, who is this progressive rock band that's been around forever. And they made a great song at the end of that game. I actually went on and bought their album because that song was so awesome. And then there was now 2 others. Quake, the original Quake, had Trent Reznor do the music, and that was a really, really good soundtrack. But let me tell you, my favorite soundtrack of all time, and I actually had to go digging through torrents online to get this because I didn't know where my disc was, and I actually found my disc recently. But the best, I'm telling you guys, if you can go find this, do it. You will thank me. I'm telling you, go get the MP3s for the entire soundtrack for the Mech Warrior 2 game soundtrack. You can look around online. You can find it around. I even think it's public domain now. The game, I don't even think the company that made the game is even in existence anymore. But you will thank me. It is very, it's kind of an industrial, keyboard-laden, epic, style game. I mean, this is the kind of music that's playing in the background when you're in a huge, 50-ton mech fighting on, other mechs on a landscape. It's really, really good stuff.
I'll have to check that out. Like, it sounds pretty something I would like.
It's very, very popular for people who did play, a lot of the games back in the 90s. It was one of those game soundtracks that literally people would take the CD out of their computer drive, and they would actually go and put it in their car and listen to it there.
Nice.
Nice.
It was great stuff. Me and all my friends loved it. I mean, it was one of those things online. I guarantee you, if you go search online for the MechWarrior 2 soundtrack, you will find thousands of hits for it. People talking about it as one of the best soundtracks.
I bet OC Remix has probably done a remix of some of the songs if they're that good.
I have no
guarantee
doubt. I have no doubt. Yeah.
So I also before I forget, I wanted to point out something interesting that we found out about Crysis 2 was that the music sounded very familiar to my buddy, and he's like, that sounds like music from Inception, and it was actually composed by Hans Zimmer, who also did Inception. So I wanted to point that out too. It sounded, it's very good music.
Good
the music
stuff.
is phenomenal. Anyway, enough Crysis 2. Zombie,
Yes.
what's your picks?
I would have to go with Rubik's Cube Dude.
No, don't agree with him.
No, I really like I really like Tetris music actually.
Yeah, I know. You're a pretty big fan of Tetris. I remember. you told me that.
And that's one for retro gaming, but for the new games, I really like God of War music. And
it had music.
yeah, it's
I didn't notice.
epic. It's epicness. Like I don't know, like the music complements the cinematography and everything. It's really nice.
Does it complement the breasts in every game? That's all I remember from God of War.
God of War. I actually like the soundtrack for what do you call that? For StarCraft 2. If you guys played it.
I haven't played it.
No, yeah. I'm pretty
played it.
sure.
I played it.
Yeah.
It's pretty
You
good.
played? Do you like it? The soundtrack? I like it.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. That's actually a good one to mention.
Yeah, I mean, every it's a good background music every time you play it. It's different every race you play as.
So there's
Right.
3 songs?
There's a lot.
Oh, there's more than 3?
No, they actually change. Yeah, the music is it's
okay.
very similar again to like the real-time strategy game of Supreme Commander. The music changes based on the current situation of the level of alert going on in the game. It's pretty cool.
Well,
pretty-
yeah, and in the past week we've been blessed with one heck of a song that is literally just sweeping the internet right now. I think
Hey,
they should put that in the next Black
The
Ops. or something.
video is still I still have the video, right? There's 6,223 more comments since you started viewing.
Oh my god.
If you guys have not checked out Friday from Rebecca Black, that's going to be the new Black Ops theme. I got word from Infinity Ward straight up. So so go ahead and check that out. Guys, we're pretty much out of time. Do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we head out?
Go see Sucker Punch.
Is it good?
It's awesome.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
I know
want
this is a
to
gaming
tell-
podcast, but I am telling you, the reason I have to mention this one is because all the critics are
Hey.
saying it's like a video game and it's terrible. And I'm like, you idiots! It's like a video game and it's awesome.
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch, go
Yeah.
see it.
Is
No,
there
Sucker Punch technically is a video game company, so go see it.
yeah, they did make some of your favorite games for Rad.
Mhm.
So I wanted to go see Paul. I love Simon Pegg.
Paul.
He's one of my favorite actors, so I will be going to see that probably before Sucker Punch. But yeah, I will definitely have to see that. What about you, Rad? Anything else?
No, I'm all good.
You're all good. All right, you're content. You're really content. You think you brought a lot to the podcast today,
No.
and you're good. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just Zombie. What about you?
I just wanted to say I missed you guys last week.
Oh, well,
It was a different experience listening to your sausage fest.
Shit.
I feel like, I really wanted to comment on your GameStop experiences and things like that. It was a different experience, but I missed you guys.
Well,
Aw.
hopefully next week, Rad and Zombie, I want you guys to give us your opinions on Crysis and
Okay, all right.
since you guys didn't get to play it, and you guys really, Anakin and I really kind of stole the show with that because that was a big deal for me, and I know
No
him.
big deal.
But anyway,
All right.
Hey,
Oh,
listen, Rad, don't forget at the end of Crysis when you unlock the zombies, Rad, you might want to cover that.
Hey, you know what? I was at
Anakin,
the
you
mall
don't
today.
know how mad I would be if there were zombies after Crysis. I just say shit. No, I refuse to cover it. I absolutely refuse to play it.
Oh my god!
The
iPad
zombies
2
actually wear
came
power
out
suits
here.
too.
How about you guys? How about over there?
What?
What's that?
iPad 2 came out here today. Like there was a freaking huge lineup in our mall.
Oh my god, really?
Got it. We did. I don't really
Get this. I read that 70% of the iPad 2 customers already own an iPad.
Oh yeah.
70% of iPad 2 customers already have an iPad.
Yeah, so basically that means it's the same people who bought the first one are going to buy the second one. And I'm like, okay, that's not exactly expanding their market, you know?
Oh man, but the lineup in our store was crazy. I'm like,
We'll talk. Hey, I got an idea.
yeah.
Let's talk about the iPad 2 next week when Anakin will be our host. Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to get in contact with us, leave us a comment below the video, or contact us if you're listening to the MP3. Contact us on our website, or not our website yet.
Email.
Our email at downthescope podcast downthescope at gmail.com.
Oh my god. It's no wonder we don't get any
down the
emails.
scope at
I don't think
gmail.com.
we've ever given anyone the right email address ever.
No, it's Zombie. I was sitting there just making fun of her in my head, and then I fell into the same thing. I was like, good thing that Zombie's not saying it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching for episode 9. Join us next week for episode 10 when we talk about whatever Anakin's got to say. I'm Viridia, joined by my awesome friends, and we are out. See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.